Hello lads and welcome to episode number 26 of the Ipswich Town Career Mode. Today we're going to be playing against Manchester United at Old Trafford. We've played against Manchester United once before and that was in September. I think it was one of the last games of September. And if you haven't seen that, it's worth seeing it. We won 4-0. That's when we were like top, we weren't top of the league ever, but we were like getting around the top teams in the country. Recently things haven't been going to plan though, as you know we've struggled as of late, and obviously we have dropped to 9th position. We have played some games off camera, the first now being a rather crucial game against Colchester United. It's a game in the FA Cup, which of course if we win we will be able to get European football. We start off very well in the first 20 minutes. Andre Dozzle did score a goal. He scored another one very soon afterwards as well on the turn, getting his second, running over the Ipswich Town fans, and around about the 70th minute Salibo goes forward here. He just tries to get a ball in and see what happens. He actually plays it back to Dozzle and he gets his hat-trick. A phenomenal hat-trick as well. All three were good goals to score. And of course we couldn't keep a clean sheet, but it does mean we're progressed to the next round of the FA Cup, and that will be the semi-finals. And I probably can confirm who this is against now. It is against Manchester City, so it's going to be our toughest game of the season so far in terms of the FA Cup or any cup competition, because you might remember we got knocked out by Portsmouth in the other round. But we start off this game against Reading pretty well. It's Abdullahi who scores at the Majewski Stadium. And unfortunately for us, Evans does equalise in the second half, I believe. But it wasn't a problem for us. Reading are pretty low down on the table. If I can have a look here, they are actually bottom of the table. So we do manage to get that victory in the end, which is a big win for us. To stop us just sliding further and further down the table. We then play Leicester, who are currently top, I believe, of the table. Yeah, they're 3 points clear of Manchester United, who we obviously play next. And it's a big game. This, obviously, we beat Leicester 3-0 last time we played them as well when they were top of the table. I thought they'd drop off after that, but no, they're still at the top. The game at the King Power Stadium was probably our best game of the season. I thought just the intensity we played with was fantastic. And we do end up equalising rather fortunately through, once again, Andre Dozzle. He's a quality man. As I've said numerous times, he's certainly our breakout star of the season. We played him through the back end of last season, and then we just started to keep playing him and see how he did. And he just kept doing well for us. And unfortunately, we couldn't keep that lead for very long. As Leicester go forward, this is one of those games where there's just goals left, right, and centre for both sides. Ted Bishop then equalises things up. It's 2-2 before 30 minutes. And just to cap off the half, I do believe we get another Ryan Sessegnon. Pardon me, he's just squares it over to Abdullahi. It's a nice ball in from him as well. Abdullahi finishing that one beautifully. Then Ted Bishop making his way into the box. He gets his, what I believe is 13th of the season, which is now made him probably the top scorer for us. Or 14th, I'm not sure exactly which one it was. But Leicester start to mount a comeback here. First through, I believe, Ahmed Musa it is. And Musa then plays it. Harrison should have really got more on that. And yeah, that's a completely his fault that they were allowed in that position, but it was a good finish as well, though. You can't say it wasn't. It was a fantastic finish. I believe it was Ndidi, possibly, who finished that. And Slimani capped it off for Leicester. Another collapse, really, from us. We shouldn't be conceding 5 goals at home, no matter if they're top of the league or not. We then played Everton. Of course, I've got a good team. You might recognise if you watched quite a lot of the series that Everton have signed the likes of, I believe, Thiago Silva and Kylian Mbappe. Definitely Mbappe, as he's the one who's put away this penalty. It's a very good penalty from him as well. And obviously, it's not the best way to start. Another penalty we've given away against a good side. And they did capitalise mostly on the counter-attack. Brad Jones probably should have got a hand to that. Definitely getting a new caper in the summer, I must reiterate. Another corner comes in. And another goal. Zeloise this time, who gets the goal there. And it's not ideal as we head into this game against Manchester United. And it's a concern. We just want to try and get a point ideally. If we can get a point against a team like Manchester United, it will give us a bit of confidence, especially with this game, as I said before, against Manchester City being pretty soon in the future. I don't know, I'll probably play this game actually. and then we'll see what happens near the end. But I want to get ideally 1 or 2 more episodes after this one for the season, and then start moving on to season 3, where I don't know what the situation's going to be like, but hopefully we've progressed somewhat in the league. Rather rotated lineup to play Manchester United, but it is a formation which I think can get the best out of the players we've got in the field. You can see a few tired faces. There'd be a lot more if it wasn't for these other players that are on the bench. You can see here, I don't often show the bench, but we've got Conte there, Abdullahi, Moin Salah, who I don't think fit enough to start really, so that's why I've got Dozzle in that centre forward position. I believe he's probably the best suited for that. He is very tired, but he doesn't need to move around a lot. He just needs to start passing the ball, laying it off. We've also got Grant Ward back. I think he appeared in the last game perhaps, and it's a big boost for us. You can see a couple of regens there on the bench, so youth players, they might get a look in as well. We'll see what happens here at Old Trafford. It's not going to be easy, of course. I'd imagine this is a televised game. I don't know though. It is. It's a game which we want to be ideally getting some confidence from. Mkhitaryan into Ross Barkley now. Marcus Rashford running forward, trying to play it around with the likes of Mkhitaryan. Kenlock, it's a good tackle from him. Can we keep the ball though? That's the question. As Adam Webster's trying to block the cross, he doesn't block it, but Jones manages to punch it away. Fellaini on the volley is always going to be over the bar. Flip back. Adeyemi this time with the interception, and we're allowed to break away. Here we go. Ted Bishop. Ted Bishop tried to give it in the defeat of Dozzle. He's actually ended up running away from it. Marouane Fellaini.
Rashford.
Into Marcus Rashford, looking to cause some trouble. He's going to bend it around the goalkeeper, and there's nothing we can really do about that. Marcus Rashford, obviously, as the seasons progress, he'll only get better and better, and that's just probably what he's able to do when he's reached the rating he has. And yeah, it's a fantastic strike that none of our players could really do anything about. It was a bit of a suspect dive from Brad Jones, but he wasn't going to save it anyway. But yeah, it's disappointing. We haven't really played bad, but we've been opened up there, and now we're forced to attack a bit more. Fellaini to Martial now. We've got a chance. Manchester United, we are putting the pressure on. We're just holding back here, trying to find some space eventually. Whipped in, nothing really troubling us. Unfortunately, that doesn't work at all. That's Rashford's got a second. I did press the circle button, which is to clear the ball, and that's his clearance, right? I'm trying to clear the ball, that's his clearance. It was a bad pass, even if it was meant to be a pass. But yeah, Marcus Rashford, he isn't going to miss from there, and now our troubles have doubled. Rashford's going to go again. He's giving it to Mkhitaryan on this right hand side for Manchester United. He's going to play it to Barkley. Aguirre gets in the way with a decent block. It's out for a Manchester United corner. Mkhitaryan's going to whip this one in, and Smalling gets his head on it, and I thought Brad Jones had claimed that, but apparently not. We've got a bit of a problem as Chris Smalling keeps going forward. He's going to whip in a delightful ball to the head of Martial. Adeyemi heads down well. Now we can kind of play it from the back here. Grant Ward has now got his feet to it. He's going to keep running forward here for us. He's going to try and play it out wide here. Ryan Sessegnon, he's going to shoot near post, and it's eventually made it past David De Gea, and we've got a lifeline. Simple consolation at the moment, but just before half-time, we've given Manchester United and Jose Mourinho something to think about, as we've managed to pull off a great counter-attack, it must be said, from their corner. And Ryan Sessegnon finishes near post. I think it took a deflection on the way in, but you know, if you don't shoot, you don't score. And yeah, it's a delightful counter-attack. Dozzle took the men with him, and Ryan Sessegnon found that bit of space just to get it past David De Gea and give us a little bit of a lifeline in this game. Dozzle, not really an option for him, so he is going to just try and lift it over Martial there. He does well to do so. He's kept the ball as well. Got to be careful. Adeyemi into Hughes. Hughes gives it to Ted Bishop, top goal scorer of the Premier League, adds another to his tally. It's Ted Bishop with, I believe, his 15th goal of the season. It's a bit of a crazy season for him. He's just getting in the right positions at the right time, and from 2-0 down we go back to 2-2. Him there celebrating in front of the Ipswich fans, who are quite high in that stand. And scenes in the away end, of course, going to Old Trafford and coming from 2-0 down to salvage a draw so far. We obviously don't want to let that slip and disappoint them now for Manchester United. gives it back to Darmian. Darmian to Martial. Barkley on it. Rashford. They are playing it around, but they're not really doing much with the ball. So we just want to keep pressing them, keep giving them decisions to make. Marcus Rashford gets past one, goes for his hat-trick and lifts it into the top corner. And just as I said, they're not doing much with the ball. They play a direct ball forward. Martial does well to beat his man. And again, it's a really good finish from him. It's his hat-trick in just over an hour. So, yeah, fair play to him. The first goal and the third goal were good. The second one was given to him, obviously. But he does well to get past Webster there and lifts it into the top corner like it's nothing. Ray Mkhitaryan, Webster with a good clearance. Small heads down, and there's a bit of pressure here from Manchester United to try and get another goal and just try and see this game out. But Marcus Rashford goes for his fourth and scores. And he's just been scoring with every shot he's had as Rashford. He's been class apart, and that's what I'm expecting from these sorts of teams now. Somehow the computer's now changed, so they are playing well, Manchester United, and it's just lovely football. You see there, Juan Mata, the focal point of it, and I keep saying Martial, it's clearly not, but Marcus Rashford, I think it's because Martial, I don't know, but yeah, it's a good finish from him, and that's probably seeing us out the game now. Half ends, but something tells me that we're not going to do so. Hughes to Dozzle. Dozzle gives it back to Hughes. Back to Dozzle. He's going to shoot from outside the box, and that's going to be the last action of the game. It's obviously frustrating when you let one player score 4 goals, but yeah, 3 of them were class. 3 of them were, like, you know, really good goals in the end, and we couldn't cope with them. And I agree with what most of you are saying. We do need some new defenders who are able to cope with the pace of Marcus Rashford and other players like him, because them are the players that's kind of ripping us apart at the moment as we still head through this bad set of form. We've only really beat Reading in recent times, which isn't in the league, so it's important. Look at that, 4 goals for Rashford. Right, so this leaves us in 9th position. We are kind of away from this, like, bottom 10. But at the same time, we are quite far away from the top 7, who will obviously give us European football. But, you know, as I'm saying, it's our first season. This defence, although it's high rated, probably needs sorting out in the next episode, or well, not the next episode, but the next transfer window, which will obviously not be next episode. We'll probably play the City game, to be honest, and then I might do live comment in the middle. So I might do my West Ham game off the camera, and I'll play Manchester City, and then I'll do Stoke perhaps and Burnley, and then probably play out the rest of the season. And then whether or not we get to the FA Cup final, I'll play the last 2 games. We'll see what happens there, but I can't really say much until I know the result of our semi-final. But we're going to Wembley again, and that didn't work out well last time, but we haven't beat City yet, so it'll be interesting. But that's going to be the game next episode. If you have enjoyed this one, please leave a like on it. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later, lads.